Is Celine and Afiba still alive? Are they still living? Or if they are not alive, have they found their remains? That is the question we'll be answering in this video. So stay tuned to the end. When Mr. Andrew was under police custody, he was treated like a king. He had access to network. He has access to his phone. He has access to internet. He was living in police custody like a king. When the families of Afiba and Celine noticed that the police were not going to help them to know to know the whereabouts of their daughters, they decided to file for a petition for this case to be transferred to Abuja, which it was accepted. But something again happened during this transfer that you will not like it, because this is what we all were not waiting for, and this is what has just made the whole show so disappointing. During this transfer, Mr. Andrew lost his life. You will be asking questions. How did it happen? We all know that whenever a criminal is to be transferred from one station to the other, this transfer is always done in a police car, not in the criminal's car. But in the case of Mr. Andrew, all the evidences, all the criminal records, everything that was incriminating him was being put in his car, in his Mercedes, and they were driving to Abuja. But along the line, something happened. The Mercedes stopped, and Mr. Andre told them that he was the only one who could start the Mercedes because it had some sort of fingerprint or face recognition and all whatnot. So he was being given the opportunity to go start the car. And during that process, he succeeded to convince everybody and flew away. And as he was driving and trying to hide, trying to get connections to get out of Nigeria, he went into an accident, and that was the end of him. It was sad that we lost him even when we had not yet known where these two beautiful ladies are. The question that is still in the air is this: is Afiba and Celine still alive? The police did their manipulations, and at the end didn't give us a concrete, didn't give us something to write home about. When you visit any police station, you will realize on the walls of that police station that the police is your friend. But guys, in Africa, is that the case? We realize that in Africa and Nigeria particularly, the police is not a friend to an average person. However, this gap is so wide, so much so that whenever an average person sees a crime or is in a crime scene, seeing what is being done to somebody, they cannot report to the police, because at the end of the day, they will be treated as the accused. They will be treated as the criminal. Africa is a place where the victim becomes the criminal. This is how the police do treat the Africans. So in this case, the people around the vicinity of Mr. Andrew didn't want to say a word to the police because they were fighting for their own safety. At the end of the day, the police can turn the story around to blame them. So they didn't say a word. A human rights activist that came up during this period because of this issue decided to do the investigations, to move to the resident of Mr. Andrew, do his interviews, try to get connected to the people around that area in order to get the truth, because he knew that the people will be very free talking to him than talking to the police. At the end of the day, he got a call from one of these people saying they have seen a body, or they have seen a body in the bush, and this body has been lying there for some time. So when the human rights activists notified the police, and the police sent their team to go check what was happening, they realized that this was the body. It was just one body, and it was the body of a lady. But this body was already decomposing. And again, the most shocking part of the story is that this body, the head was missing, some part of the body was missing, and the internal organs were missing. So they couldn't recognize exactly who it was. They don't know if this body was Celine's or Afiba's. body was taken for the doctors to do their own job and come out with the DNA or try to identify this person through medical aids. This is actually what happened. So there was a very good reason to suspect, because this body that was found in the bush was wrapped with a window blind. And during the investigation, the police found the same set of window blind in Mr. Andrew's house. And believe it or not, one of these blinds were missing. And it is assumed that that must have been the missing blind that was being used to wrap the lady, one of the ladies, and taken to the bush where she was found. So there is enough reason to say that Mr. Andrew actually finished up these ladies. But then, as of now, as I said, only one body has been found. And even the body that has been found hasn't been identified if it was all
Afiba.
Celine's. But then, on my own part, I am still trying to reason it out. Andrew, since Celine's belongings were found in that house, can it be, or could it be that Afiba escaped before the time where Celine's life was taken? Could it be that Afiba tried to escape from all this mess before the time where Celine's life was taken? Could it be that that body that was found in the bush was Celine, since her belongings were also found in Mr. Andrew's house? These are some questions that should be answered, but then we are still waiting for the autopsy. We are still waiting for the lab results to actually know if the body that was found was Celine's or Afiba's. During the search in Mr. Andrews' house, a lot was realized. Even the office that he usually flaunts on social media, that he actually uses to lure ladies into coming to him, was actually made in one corner of his house. He just did this in one corner of his house, showing how beautiful. Of course, you and I would tell that he is in the office, he's having a business meeting, he's having this, he's having. Andrew knew exactly what ladies want. He knew exactly what ladies will fall for, especially ladies who are lazy and don't want to work. So, guys, this is just to tell us, ladies, that we have to be careful. It's not just anybody that gets up on social media and say hi that you have to say hello. You need to take your time. You need to do a background check on so many people, even people who meet. I am not saying that people cannot meet. I am not saying that people cannot meet on social media and get to know each other and be actually good in a relationship. I am only saying that we need to be very careful, because so many people are fooled on social media, and so many people are still to be fooled on social media, especially by Andrews or by people like Mr. Andrew, who would do a whole setup of an office in the house with a logo showing the name of their company, which in real life they don't own anyone. They don't own anything. All these things are just to lure the young girl. All these things are just to show these girls that they are well to do. So whenever they say hi, these young girls will say hello in a hurry. So this is just a message to all the young ladies. Try to always do a background check on people before making them friends. Don't just jump into anybody's house. Don't just say yes to any invitation when you don't really know these people, because at the end of the day, you might just be that scapegoat. You might just be that scapegoat. You might just end up like Afiba and Celine. But as of now, nothing has been said yet by the medical team. When they come out with anything, I will be here to inform you. I will be here to tell you if the body that was found, the decomposing body that was found, was that of Celine or Afiba. Until then, we can say more than this. Guys, just put your thought in the comment section. What do you think about the case of Celine, Afiba, and Mr. Andrew? What is your notion about all this hook up thing? What is your take on this? What is your opinion on the fact of just meeting somebody online, and before you know it, you are already taking planes, taking taxis, taking buses to go meet him? Put your thought in the comment section and see you in our next video. Bye bye.